Okay, guys, can you see my screen? Everybody?
Yes, can.
Okay, today we're going to see the topic that Orlando told us, minimum pairs, and it's really important because we need to know about it, and to know the difference about some words that they are very same, and some of them look like very similar another words. Okay. Um, Introduction about this topic. The minimum pairs in English are words that are very similar but that different from a single sound. That's I think is the homophonous words in Spanish because homophonous words that the words that the sound is very similar but the meaning is different. But it's something like that. No, it's the same, but it's something like that. In English, we call them minimal pairs because the difference in pronunciation is minimal. These words are easy to confuse if we try to read them phonetically, phonetically as if they were or if we don't use English on sound well. To speak well and have a good accent, we must first learn to listen. That's why I made, I know, I chose this video to watch it and to learn about it. Okay, this video is it's not so long, it's kind of short. We are going to see this video. I don't know if you want to see this video by yourself, guys, or to see it in my screen. I don't know. It's your decisions. I'm going to share it
Ill,
by
eel,
chat.
is,
Hoy estoy aquí en Curenay, estaba en una cosa muy especial que es una clase de inglés comiendo, teniendo toda la experiencia de pedir la carta en inglés,
Can you still, guys? Can you still see my screen? Watch my screen.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay.
Yes, I
eat,
can.
it. Let's now practice with the word sit. Repeat after me.
And can you hear the same
On
way?
two English.
Can you hear the audio, the video?
Yes, properly way.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let's start the video and later we are going to talk about itself. Okay.
Oh, this is Fanny. Welcome to this English pronunciation video. Now, learning pronunciation is very important if you want to improve your English skills. So this is a very important video to watch. In this video, we will focus on two English vowels and E. Now, I know they sound very similar, but they are different, and they are two very important vowel sounds in English. So let's start with our two example words. Sit. Now listen to how I pronounce this word. Sit. Can you hear the I sound? Sit. Now listen to another word. Seat. Can you hear the pronunciation? Seat. Seat. I know it can be difficult at first, but with a little bit of practice, I'm sure you will hear them differently. Although they are similar, they are sounds. Keep watching, and I promise you, by the end of this video, you'll have improved your hearing and pronunciation. Get ready, students, to make these vowel sounds I and E. I really want you to be able to hear the difference and to pronounce them correctly. It is very important to know the mouth and always repeat to me in this video. I know that you can master these vowel sounds. Let's get started. First, let's try to make sound I. Your tongue higher in your mouth, closer to the front. I. Repeat after me. I. 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 Sit. Good, guys. Let's now practice and sound E. The tongue has the same position. It's a little bit higher, closer to the front. But when you say E, you stretch out your lips a little more and it's a long sound. E. Your lips should feel a little tighter too. E. Repeat after me. E. 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 Practice with the word seat. Repeat after me. Seat. Guys. So we're going to use minimal pairs. They're words with very similar sounds, but the actual vowel sounds are different. And they're a very good way to practice these vowel sounds. So let's now practice together. First, just the sounds. Watch my mouth and repeat after me. I. 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 Good. I. 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 Can you see my mouth? Sit. Seat. 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 Sit. Seat. Good job, guys. Okay, guys, let's now move on to minimal pairs. I have a few for you. I'm going to recap how it moves and repeat after me. Let's get started. Bid, bead, bin, bean, beat, bitch, beach, blip, bleep, deep, dip, deep, feel, fist, feast, fit, feet, gin, gene, grid, greed, grin, green, hid, heed, hill, heel, hip, heap, his, he's, hit, heat, ill, eel, is, ease, it, eat, itch, each, kid, keyed, kip, keep, knit, neat, lick, leak, lip, leap, mill, meal, mit, meat, pick, peak.
Guys, I learned something about this video about the another videos. Is when this vowel in English, in the vowels in English, one one vowel is short and the another sound is long, but it's the same vowel. But when it's linked with the consonant, is short. But when it's linked with the another vowel, is long. It's longer. Yeah. For that, always American people they noticed at big. I have to I have to longer the vowel because it's linked with another vowel, but big because it's the same sound, but they noticed they released about this sound because if finish very fast, they know it's big because they know already that it start with a consonant because it's very short, big. And like for example, well, okay, let's continue watch the video, but it's some recommendation about I learned something like that.
Pill, peel, pip, peep, piss, it, peat, pitch, peach, risen, reason, slick, sleek, slip, sleep, sleet, shin, sick, see, sim, sin, seen, sip, seep, skid, scheme, skit, skeet, still, steal, teal, teen, wit, wheat. Let's further. I'm now going to show you some words and I want you to read them with the proper English vowel sound. I or E. Let's get started. Let's start with the first word. Now, what's the pronunciation of this word? Is it sit or is it seat? Of course, it is sit. Next word. Is it chick or is it cheek? It's chick. Next word. Fill or feel? Fill. Next word. His or his? Of course, his. Chit or cheat? It's cheat. Is it pip Or is it
Yes, guys, notice about this topic
We are a
because
school that does
if
things different.
another vowel is going to start with
peep?
the same vowel,
Of course, people, it's pip. Next word, bitch or beach. It's then we have sit or seat. Which one is it? It's seat.
I told you guys you if you can notice if you can note about this is for after E follow A, for that is the sound is longer. She because American the duration of the word is very long. It's vowel. There are a lot of exceptions, but the most of the words is like that. For example, how before yesterday I told you, for example, cheat is a page, or cheat is another thing. It's, I think the something for the bed, but because cheat is very short, for that you know it's something for the bed because I know how to write down it. But if I if I have to add a long duration, cheat, I know it's a page of the book or something like that. For that, the American people they notice immediately about the word what you are saying. Yeah, is that the woman here, she she hasn't mentioned it, but I know that because I learned this methodology or this tip before. But it's a good strategy to follow the next word with the vowel. If the if the one vowel um, continue with a second vowel, the duration is obviously longer than the another one. But if, for example, sit, you know, sit, finish already, sit, you know that is sit. But if you finish sit, but it's sit, and if you know how to write it, you are going to notice that it's sit. Yeah, it's a good methodology, it's a good tip to learn the pronunciation. Okay, carry on with the video.
or he's? It's he's. And finally, is it hill or heel? It's heel. Great, guys. Let's continue on. Okay, let's now move on to sentences. I have a few sentences for you with different I and sounds, so pay attention and repeat after me. The first sentence is pick a seat and sit without making a peep. The second sentence, don't peel a peach or eat its pit. And finally, I feel sick and ill after eating the big meal. Excellent, guys. Let's move on. Great job, guys. I know you now have a better understanding of the difference between the English vowel sounds I and E. It's difficult, it takes time and practice to master, but you can do it. So keep practicing and make sure to watch my other pronunciation videos. Very important if you want to improve your English skills. See you next time.
Okay, guys, I'm going to say to you guys, I'm going to tell you guys something. The best methodology to learn English very fast, not learning English to pronounce the words very fast or very good, and repeat the words, move the tongue, because mostly the people who speak in English, the Anglo-Saxon people, they always mouth the mouth, always like the um another thing is, for example, the vowels in English have two sounds. For example, I think the less u because it's chew, something like that. But a, e, o, they have the sound, the two sounds. One one long and the other is short. It's the same with the e, the same way with a, with I, with o, it's the same. But I think the u is the just who is change the no u is one, but another one is no is longer. That is choose something like that. I don't know right now, but I can say that because the one sound is u and the another one is u longer. No, it's different. Like shoe, something like that. Maybe later we can to talk about this. Please, right now we are going to talk, and I'm going to give the word for some one of you to talk about this topic before to start the class. Um, Angelica Toledo, did you know about this topic? Did you know about how to pronounce the vowels in English?
Not everything about this subject. I was reviewing some materials in past class that talk about this, but I didn't have so much in my mind. But it was a good explanation from her.
Yeah, it's a good information. Yeah. I always thinking about if we want to learn about the grammar, the pronunciation, something like that, we have to learn by ourselves in our homes. But today we are going to learn about that because Orlando gave us a good idea. It's a good idea because every one of us share the knowledge. Is a good point to give contributions and something like that. But it's a good point. It's a really good point because some of you or some with me include didn't know about some topics. But it's really important to have count this topic. But the same way we are going to put into the practice um, pronounce some words in this activity in this class. Okay, uh, like with the video. Okay, putting the video in practice. Okay, Orlando, what about you about topic? Do you want? Would you like to say something about that? About the topic?
Uh, oh, no, Christian. Everything is okay. I like this topic because we learn a lot of and we can pick out a lot about the how the native English speakers speak, and as well we can notice, and in some cases we know more about that. For example, the word it with it, and in many of the cases we pronounce it is. For example, it is, that is it is, right? So that's the difference,
Yeah,
and we confuse the how they pronounce it. But the IPA is a very good exercise that we can practice national alphabet. So because we can improve how we pronounce, and in fact we start to improve our pronunciation because we start to practice our listening and we start to practice the pronunciation. But what is important? Pronounce, repeat it. Use your mouth, check how they pronounce, check the mouth, how they pronounce it, because that is going to be important when you start to practice as well. Because the position of the mouth, the position of the lips are very important as well.
yeah, yeah. There are some tips really important for us because we have to imitate everything that the native
Perfect.
people.
Yes, imitate. Imitate is a good idea. For that reason, we song, we sing some songs,
Yeah,
and or we imitate a singer, or we imitate an actor or actress, and we imitate many, I don't know, the public or pop stars or well, many different people we imitate. That
yeah,
that is the reason.
yeah. Welcome, Leandro. How are you?
Hello, good evening. I'm fine. Waiting.
Oh, thank you. Did you see the video?
A little part because I wrote sometimes I don't know why my PC just turned off. So it happened once. So I'm waiting to check the hard disk. But okay, I saw something.
Okay, okay, no problem. The video, okay, if you saw something about the video, it was how to pronounce the vowels. The um, the sample, the principal sample, in the video was the main example was E, E short and E long, but it's the same way with the all vowels. But in the video, the main sample was with the E, but it's the same way. Okay. Okay, let's continue with the second one. I will let you put in practice your speaking skill because it's really important to untie the tongue. Okay, Juan and what? Slash? I don't know how that's no Slash.
Ashley, Ashley or Ashley.
Ashley.
It's
Thank you,
Ashley.
Orlando. Ashley. Yeah, Ashley. Please, Orlando and Jimmy, how are you? Are you there? Hi, Jimmy. Good evening. Okay. While Jimmy is ready for the class, Orlando and Angelica, please, I would like you read this conversation. Um,
Okay.
some words that we saw in the video is here in the no all the words, but some of them are here. For that, I would like you read this.
Okay, who
Okay,
am I?
Ashley, maybe.
Okay.
I'm a Juan.
Okay.
Okay, so
And when you want, man, when you want, Orlando, please.
okay, perfect. Okay, wow, I really like your shoes.
Thanks. I just got them yesterday.
They look a little bit uncomfortable, though.
Yes, they are. My feet are killing me, actually.
And Juan, what's your name?
I'm Ashley.
Nice to meet you, Ashley. Would you like to dance?
No, thanks. I'd rather sit down. Like I said, my feet are killing me.
Okay, well, would you like me to buy you a... Oh, I think I can read
Eh,
it.
I can
Uh,
buy you a drink,
a
but I
drink,
know.
okay.
Yes, I have the same problem that you. The screen is a little blurry.
Yes,
I try to. Um,
okay, a drink.
okay, sure. Do you mind buying one for my boyfriend too? He's right over here, over
You
there.
had a boyfriend?
Yes, of course.
Wow, go for you. Oops, look at the time. I have to go. That's funny.
Yes, thank you. Some words that some words here were relation with the video. For example, sit, sit, how you saw in the video, sit. What else? The same way with to, the relation with the if the sample were with the oh, something like that. No, good, no, good. I think that there is another word with good because the God is with just one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. Sit, feet, for example, feet. Yeah, is that the sample that the video tells. Yeah, tells. Excuse me, my voice is getting low.
Bit,
Uh,
a little bit.
yeah, yeah,
Christian, I would like to give maybe something. Well, actually, I would like to say something about the before. Well, it's not the last question, it's about the before last question. We say you had a boyfriend. So notice that it's a question, but many people don't use. Do you have a boyfriend?
yeah,
Just you
yeah,
have a friend, or you ready? No, are you ready? Just you ready? Those are an example we can hear. But in the sound, we can notice that, oh, okay, it's a question. It's not a mistake. It's the way of people use.
yeah, yeah. Because yeah, if you, for example, with your level, you can notice that it's a question because the intonation is you have a boyfriend.
Yes,
You
yeah,
have a problem because your level is very high. But for example, if you were at the basic level, you have to put do you have or have you got or have you got a boyfriend?
yeah.
But all time they omit the auxiliaries and they just say you have a boyfriend, boyfriend, yeah, you have a
Yes, it's a very
boyfriend.
informal way.
Yeah, because when I was in a meeting, English meeting, 1 month ago, one man, one man asked some women, "You live close to here?" That they omit the "Do you live
Yeah.
always? You live or something like that." They put in practice the affirmative. For example, you live here, doesn't
Yes.
doesn't she or don't you? Something like that. They always start the question without the auxiliary because they are used to put in practice the question with the affirmative all the time. For example, Orlando, you always attend in my class, don't you? Something like that. But
Yeah.
do you? Okay, but it's perfect.
Go.
Um, okay, Miguel, but there aren't there aren't too many people. But we are going to try to continue with the class. Okay, Miguel, where is the Jimmy is gone. Okay, Leandro, are you ready to read this conversation?
Okay.
Okay, it's right. The conversation is not important. The most important is to put in practice the video here and to talk. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to read it all?
Excuse me.
Do you want me to read it all? The two names, Miguel and Liz?
Yeah, we have to read. You are going to be Miguel. I'm going to be Alice. That
Okay.
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 Start when you want.
Okay. Pardon me. Do you know which bus I should take to Grand Central Station?
You can take bus 3 or bus 12, I think.
Thanks. I just arrived in New York. I'm a bit lost.
Bit lost. See,
Bit
for example,
lost.
bit lost because there are a lot of words. Yeah, you pronounce very good, but I want to put to stop the conversation here to put in practice about the topic because it's really important. The topic that Orlando told us because beat, beat is longer. We
Mm-hmm.
have to put in practice this because the video taught us.
Okay.
Beat lost, guys. I knew that, but it's good to take a review about this topic. It's really, really important.
Okay.
Oh, where are you from? Are you Italian?
No, I'm Spanish.
Yeah. Is that like Italian?
I guess so. Spain is in Europe. It's close to Italy, kind of.
Wow, I love your accent.
Thanks. I'm talking English. I'm taking English classes every day. I'm getting better. So, what do you do, Liz?
I'm studying graphic design.
Oh, that's interesting. Do you like art?
Perfect. Yes, I do.
That's interesting. I really love art. Would you like to go to an art museum with me this weekend?
Sure, why not?
Great. Can I have your phone number?
Okay. That yeah, that Orlando is a good leader because he have put in practice some topics because I would like to give the next class the the words that are very long but the pronouns is very short. For example, this 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 word seems like if were interesting, but it's interesting. Like chocolate, no, it's chocolate with two sounds or two. I forget the word because even I don't know how to say in Spanish even. But there are a lot of words. Oh, I learned that some words seems like if were a lot of sounds. For example, or comfortable. It's like four sounds, but it's three or even less. For example, chocolate. It's chocolate, but it's chocolate. They say, oh, interesting. Yeah, something like that. That is a good idea to put in practice because we are seeing the pronunciation and even I'm working my pronunciation so good because when I speak with the native people sometimes they don't understand me, but they're really important to have some tips or some keys to improve our English. For example, this topic, the vowels. If you want to say something very short, bit, they know that it's bit because it's bit. But if your duration is longer, bit, they know that it's bit. Yeah, because the duration is longer. Yeah, if you know how to write, you know how to say the words. Um, okay, this conversation was for another flatmate, but there are more people. Jimmy. Hi, how are you? I'm glad to see you again. Welcome. You have come back, Jimmy. No, I think his system is not working. But I think Jimmy is listening to us. Okay. Orlando and Leandro, please. Orlando is going to be a Ruth, and Leandro is going to be Maria. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Do you mind if sit here?
Perfect.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Perfect.
Thanks. I'm Rob. What's your name?
I'm Maria.
You look very family, Maria. Have we met before?
I don't think so. I just arrived in London a few weeks ago.
Are you enjoying it so far?
Yes, it's a beautiful city, but the weather is terrible.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's pretty terrible, right?
Mm, and sorry,
The coffee. Leandro?
see,
Yes. And the coffee.
sorry, and the coffee isn't very good either.
I agree.
I miss Madrid a lot.
Well, what are you doing here in London?
I came to practice my English. In Spain, it's impossible to find a job if you don't speak English.
Well, your English is quite good.
Thanks.
Hmm. No, I can't read it. I give you my phone number. If you want to practice your English someday, um, just just give me a call.
Give me a call. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Angelica, please, could you read this sentence, the first one?
Yes, teacher. Note, the best way to overcome any challenge is to track progress. A good method to practice your pronunciation is by recording yourself reading and speaking out loud. This will give you an excellent reference point to move forward.
Perfect. Leandro, please, the second one.
No. It's okay now. After you resign yourself to the sound of your voice, we all hate the way we sound in a recording. You will advance much faster than before. You will be able to realize how much you have advanced if you record yourself speaking in English for months or even years.
Yeah, that's a good idea if you want to improve your pronunciation because if you notice how you are talking with somebody, you are going to realize how is your intonation, how is your pronunciation, how you pronounce the words. For that, if you have some mistakes or errors, you can to change it, or change them if there are a lot of. It's a good methodology, it's a good way to overcome and improving perfectly your English. Well, English no pronunciation because some people can have a lot of vocabulary, a lot of words in their mind, but the pronunciation is the pronunciation not so good, and anybody could understand them. Okay, for that it's a good idea. For the karaoke is a good option because you can record by yourself and notice if you have pronounced the word really good, pretty good, or it's not so good.
So, Christian,
Yes,
could I say something?
yeah, but yeah, obviously, obviously.
Okay, so in the chat post, I typed two words. Pronunciation is one a way that maybe we make
Hello,
sometimes
teacher.
mistake, and we pronounce it
Teacher.
pronoun, right? It's pronoun, not pronoun, it's pronunciation. And another one is pronoun. So both,
Pronunciation.
yes, the first one is pronoun. So
Yeah, what is the
it's
difference? The accent of the
yes, in the
country or
accent
something?
in the letter U, and another one is the letter OU. The first one is pronoun,
Yeah, pronunciation.
the pronunciation, and another one is pronoun.
Yeah, the Orlando, thank you, because that's the example, the sample that I gave you. For example, the word that we think that is pronunciation, that is for example, we think that have a lot of sounds, but no. For example, it's just two. How even in Spanish, how can I say that um, those 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 sonidos, no more pronunciation, pronoun one, station two, just just two.
Teacher,
Oh,
sorry.
yeah, tell me.
Do you listen me now?
Yeah, I'm listening you.
Ah, okay, teacher.
Yeah,
Because I had some trouble with the sound, but now do you listen me well?
yeah,
Ah, okay, teacher. Okay.
yeah, I'm listening. Yeah, I'm listening.
Oh, okay. Because in another computer, uh, did you cannot listen me?
Yeah, I wasn't able to you.
Ah, okay. Okay. I am ready for the read.
Okay, thank you, Jimmy. Jimmy, please um, be the first. Be the first with this reading. Please.
But I see very okay. Jacob Lakes, the teacher I can see good. I cannot see good.
I don't know what happened with my Sky. Okay.
Yes, now I can see. Jacob
Okay. Are you able to
takes
see?
the
Okay.
ladder and leans it against the tree. He starts to climb up and tries not to look down. He cannot believe he is doing this. His neighborhood cars climbed up the tree in front of the house and they cannot to climb down. Now, normally, Jacob will not offer to rescue a can in a tree. He is afraid of naked ladders and the cats, but his neighborhood. Anita is gorgeous and rescuing. Her cat would be the perfect way to be a hero and get her attention.
Continue, please. Continue.
He is almost there. The ladder begins to skate and he looks down and realizes how high he is. He looks at his beautiful neighbor and decides that it's not worth he screams loudly, "Help! Help!" I'm falling. The cat suddenly jumps from the tree on his head. The boy falls to the ground, and the cats run to the hair Owen. Anita runs to Can, who is lying on the ground. Thanks so much, she
Yes.
says. That's very hero. Hope you are not hurt. It was nothing, he whispers. By the way, it's not too much trouble. Would you be so kind to call me an ambulance?
Yeah, Jimmy, thank you.
You're
The idea
welcome,
with
teacher.
the idea with this reading it was made to give the contributions all of up to you. Okay, for example, you are going to receive some um, mm, contribution recommendations to improve your English, something like that. For example, you have to pronounce for much trouble. Would you be so kind as to call me an ambulance? Some words you have to improve. Yeah. Okay. But it's not my job. It's going to be the job for your classmates. Okay. Leandro, please, your contribution for Jimmy.
I think he needs to breathe and do it slowly because he read so fast. You know what happens when you talk English? You have to take a little while when you're thinking and then you can talk. Because if you try to do it like you talk in Spanish, it's going to be little more complicated. Okay, but you know it happened to me before, so now I take my time. But in Spanish, I talk too much all day. But it's just a recommendation for you.
Thank you.
Okay, they were some suggestions from Leandro. What about Angelica? What are your suggestions or your contribution to Jimmy about the ring?
Mm, I think the same to Leandro to take a moment. I know that that is difficult because you are trying to comprehend it and read all the sentence. But if you also the words or the sentence have some commas and some spaces between the words to take a moment to pronounce, and the name of the person of this sentence was Jacob. If you wanna try to pronounce the name correctly, is Jacob. But everything, I think that is fine. You did a good job.
Thank you, Angelica, for your.
Thanks.
Okay, Orlando, please. This is
Okay,
the next.
so Christian, I would like to give some advices for every one of us because it's very useful. I'm gonna share is a link is archive.org. So you are going to find a lot of digital. It's a digital library that you are going to find a lot of materials like audiobooks and some text. But I would like to focus in the audiobook. So in order to hidden how you can maybe speed when you are reading a story. I mean, so in many of the cases, we can read, for example, I'm gonna read something. Seems like everybody's got a price. I wonder how they sleep at night when the sale comes first. So maybe if we change our way how we read a text, that could improve our pronunciation. And in what way we can improve that? So actually, when we are reading, we change the sound. Sometimes we up the sound, and other times we down the sound. I mean, we need to change like a wave, right? You know what I mean? So when we are speaking, we make some ups to the words, some words, and then we down the words and start again to up our voice. I mean, it's our voice. So it's not the same to read it. Seems like everybody was surprised. I wondered how did it sleep at night. I change my voice and sometimes, but that enrich your the test, that enrich the way how you pronounce, and as well that improves how you communicate a feeling, how you communicate a thought. So you can find it over there, and you can hear it from different countries. The voice can change. It depends the text or the book that you want to hear in or listen to.
Okay,
That is
thank
my
you.
recommendation.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to see later the that book. Okay. Um. Okay, Jimmy. Those were the suggestions, the contribution about your reading. Okay. Let's continue with Leandro. Leandro, please. Just three in the more. It's one
Renata?
left.
Okay,
Leandro, please read this reading, please.
okay. The first one, yes? That's the first one?
No, 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 no. Oh, no, no, no.
Okay. Oh,
Whole sheet.
oh, okay. Renata walks into the restaurant. She sees her boyfriend Diego sitting at a table near the window and smiles. He sees her and gets up. They hug and sit down. Um, they call the waiter and order 2 glasses of wine. He looks nervous and begins to talk. Look, I know this is awkward, but let me. But Renata interrupts him. You know what happened, Christian, is sometimes like a fussy, so that's why I'm reading like that. Sometimes it's good, and sometimes just the letter is like confused. Or okay, you don't have to tell me. Uh, it's gone. Okay,
Okay.
you
Okay,
don't
I'm
have to
going.
tell. Huh?
Are you reading? Are you reading good or no?
Yes, it just happens sometimes. Okay, you
Okay.
don't have to tell me. I know how you feel. I was so excited when you called to invite me to lunch. I have missed you too much. Not seeing each other for a couple of months was the best thing for our relationship. I realize how that you are the one for me. Let's forget the past. Things will be different from now on. I promise you. Diego takes a deep breath and takes a sip of wine. Actually, I invited you to lunch because I didn't want to tell you over the phone. I'm sorry, but I've met someone else. Okay,
Okay. Thank you, Leandro.
okay.
Uh, Jimmy.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. What did you notice about the reading from Leandro? What
Uh,
recommendations would you tell him?
but a recommendation is when they find comillas. I don't know comillas. When
Mark,
for
Mark,
example,
orthography marks, I think that comillas or commas?
comillas, sí, comillas.
Mark, Mark, yeah,
Far,
orthography mark,
far,
Mark,
mark, mark.
yeah,
Okay, when they find a mark, it's possible to change a voice. For example, in some reading say, uh, uh, I confuse. Jesus said, for example, he is the truth of the light. It's possible to change a voice. If they says a man, change a voice, and if she says a woman, change a voice. Before the learning or some people listen your reading is imaginate or the people in the reading speak. Uh, for this reason, is good change a voice. Do you understand me or I confused with the explain?
no,
Yes,
that's
yes,
Okay.
I
clear,
understood.
yeah.
Have
If you want to sum up, to
have
sum up,
my intonation, Jimmy, when there are some
but
marks?
but
Yes.
but we need to practice because in sometimes is the first reading is for that reason don't read that for, but when I teach reading a book, I change the voice when there's some personages or actors
characters,
and
characters.
that reading characters in that reading are
Ah, okay.
is the
Okay.
okay, this
Thank
is
you very
my
much.
advice.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Please, Angelica,
Yes.
tell, telling something.
Well, teacher, I couldn't hear very well because the internet connection right now is a little um, with some problems. I just listen like a robot. I couldn't understand everything that was he talking about. Hello?
Okay, but yeah, I get it, but you weren't able to hear anything. But mm, what would you recommend him to read better or to improve the pronunciation about your
Well,
personal thing?
I can talk about my experience. Uh, when I have sometimes when I have problem with some words, I try to find them in Google. I have the app or the in on web. You can find the word and
Yeah,
you can listen and listen and listen again. When you already got it, you can start to practice. Also, I try to hear everything in English. I try to watch movies and Netflix in English, and I also put the subtitles in English, and that is the way that I can understand what the people are saying and also how they pronounce the words. I know that I have some difficulties about the speaking. I'm trying to improve it because sometimes I'm confused the the ways, the past, the present. But for reading
tense, the tense.
in yes,
You mean the tense?
for
Pasado,
yes,
present, the tense.
the tense. Yes, I have some problem with that and trying to to improve that part of my speech. But when it becomes
So
to reading, I think that is going a little better.
you have said everything That's right, because the best way to learn English is to listen music, movies, how everyone have told yesterday. The best way
Yeah.
is that, because you can't learn a grammar like for example, with the activity, with this activity, how to put the pronunciation before, after, in the medium of that. But you get confused when you are going to start, because sometimes you forget it, the tip, you forget it, the knowledge, you forget it, the grammar. But if you put in practice your English every time, how we are doing right now, you are going to remember, you are going to remind by yourself how to pronounce the word. Yeah, because the methodology to learning English is to put it into practice in your life, how you told us. Yeah, because I can remember, for example, a letter, no, because I learned by grammar. You have to pronounce letter. No, because I heard American people to say that. You, I said to him in that era, what did you say, man? I didn't understand anything. I say letter. What is the difference? The letter, a letter. I learned by my practical life, yeah, my environment. I learned that word in my environment, in the real life. But if I had learned that word in a grammar, or in a class, I had forgotten it. Yeah, but that is so important that you told us right now. You just it's the most important thing to learn practical. For example, watching movies, talking with the next people, listening music, something like that. It's so important. The grammar we can learn by ourselves, but the most important thing is to change the knowledge. Thank you. I agree 100% with you. 100% with you. 100% with you. Orlando, please tell us.
Okay. So, well, I think that Leandro did it pretty good. So I just why I gonna type in my chat box. So just one word I would like to if someone can pronounce it. This one. Leandro, can you pronounce it again, please?
At what?
Again?
I don't. I have never seen that
Yes,
word.
yes, yes.
At
Because
what? I
I
don't know
when I
what's it
hearing how
mean.
you pronounce it, you say I say because I know that word. I say okay, that is another word that we had some problems
Yes,
to
it's the
pronounce.
sign that I
Okay,
see the word.
that is the same like this word. Well, it's close in this one. And what happened? So when we have that word, that pronounce is this one. Makes is this one. The sound is this one. Is O. O. So, but the first one is awkward, awkward, awkward in American.
Awkward.
Awkward, yes. The pronounce of the letter A-W-E is O,
Oh,
O. Yes,
what
that
does it
is the
mean?
pronounce.
What does it mean?
Different is when pronounced apple, for example, apple, right?
Um,
Airplane
yeah.
is different. In this case, it's A and W and E or AW. The pronounce or the sound of that vowel is O. E we pronounce it awkward,
Oh,
awkward, or
Orlando,
awkward,
what does it mean?
awkward, or awkward.
That word.
Yes, that's it the only one. The rest was very good.
No, no,
Congratulations,
no.
my friend.
No, listen to me. I don't know what does it mean. Awkward.
Stupid, stupid.
Awkward. Yes, it's like a full
Yeah.
so yes, it's more like that.
Okay.
When something do something full,
Okay.
awkward. Yes,
Awkward. Okay. Thank you
yes,
very much.
yes.
Yeah, Orlando. Thank you. Orlando, we have to put in practice the the learning we are seeing right now. For example, full, that the sentence, that the word is very long, no? So we
Yes,
start to be,
yes, we start to practice that. So
yeah,
if in international phonetic alphabet, we can start to learn how pronounce the sound of some vowels and some consonants and some diphthong. But in each sample change, it depends uh, how you spell the word.
yeah. Which one is the last? Me. Um, yeah, okay, my contribution for this about this lecture or reading. Leandro read good, but I would like to tell you something. For example, she sees it's like we in Spanish say with just the see no more, no more with the you have to you get pluralize the words, okay, with just the American people told me that, for example, it's like Spanish, carro, you just we say that pluralize the words. Casa, casa, just with is the same in English. Casa is like casas, casa, just with that. Carro, carro, but it obviously is following carros, carros is like carros. In the English, it's the same way, just with you pluralize the words. For example, in Spanish, it's the same way. I hadn't noticed about that, but when that man told me, oh, I I fall on count with that word because I hadn't known that. For example, just we see, yeah, you can pronounce. For example, she sees with that sound. It's really important. Just with they understand you. It's like, for example, in the past, the most of the words finish with T, but some of them finish with. If you want to say something in past, you have to finish with T or ed or d. It depends of the sentence. For example, uh, I know. No, excuse me. Some words like we have to learn that. But for example, uh, I learned, but learned you can finish with T and ed because both of them are allowed, permitted. We to say, for example, no, there are a lot of words. I have to explain better with the pictures because it's so important for you understand it the best way. But in this case, you just to say they get it what you are meaning. Yeah, for example, cheese is just with that. My for example, my girlfriends just like if you weren't getting out the air from your breath. Yeah, yeah, just with that. I understood that way, but it's so important because I've been putting in practice and they understand me. They understand me the best way. For that is so important. Just with yeah, in with the third person for that she sees he's he sees yeah it's like that. For example, they told me that in Spanish the same way. For example, he didn't know how to pluralize the words in Spanish. Carro, just we say they say carro, they understand that is plural. For that is a good methodology to learn. For example, he take, he take, just no, he takes something like that, or the pronouns. For example, she takes, and they understand the best way. I would like to give you some samples about the past, because the past for me was really very difficult. It was very hard because some words finish with D, some of them finish with ed, and of the mostly words in the past finish with T. I think the most of them finish with T, the pronounce T, but it depends on the word. But if a regular, obviously the word change completely. But there are some tips for us to learn the easiest way. Okay, Toledo, please read this sentence, and we are going to give you some suggestions or contributions about the reading. How was it?
Okay. It is Rodrigo's turn to speak. He's nervous. He doesn't want to be here, but he has no choice. Oh,
What happened?
okay. He but he has no choice. He has lost his job, his home, his family, and most of his friends. He takes a deep breath, get up and walks to the podium at the front of the room. He adjusts the microphone and looks at the group of people in front of him. They begin to clap and shout words of encouragement. Rodrigo takes deep breath to relax and grips the sides of the podium to stop his hands from shaking. When the clapping stops, the summons up encourage and speak. Summons. He summons. Sorry, again. When the clapping stops, he summons up his courage and speaks. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for your support. My name is Rodrigo, and I'm addicted to heroin. To heroin.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You have read very good. Uh, yeah, I'm seeing some words that so difficult to pronounce. But for example, in this case, um, speaks is finished with the same way how to start it. It's like the sound of the snake speaks, summons. We it's not necessary to. I think in Spanish is it's a necessity. It's a necessity for us in Spanish to pronounce the s all time. Summons, summons. No, before I pronounce summons, summons, something like that. But right now I pronounce summons like always, because it stayed in my mind all times, because I learned that. Yeah, for that I wanted to tell you guys. Um, for example, before I before with this word with this word I said nervous, nervous, something like that, nervous and normal. It was very normal for me, but right now when I knew that, right now I say nervous, normal, like that. Yeah, with this word, nervous. Yeah, not how to pronounce the S. Oh, the song, friends, friends, takes, he takes, no more, gets. Never is never walks like walk walks something like that. It's a tip for taking count. No more. No, it's for Josh. You, but it's a good a good tip, a good advice. Uh, like speaks something like that. That is um, my point of my view about you reading. You lecture Toledo, but it was great. What about you, Jimmy? What about you about the topic about the reading?
Me, teacher.
About the yeah. What about you? What do you think about the Angelica's reading? Angelica's reading.
I think, but Angelica had a good pronunciation, but she needed to practice the reading because it's like to sound is stop. They read one word and stop, and read another word. He stop and read another word with stop. It's possible to it's not natural because they need to practice to read more natural for don't boring as the people do hearing that reading is but it's only they needed to practical with karaoke is good or some books with reading. Uh, Another thing with I think is we confuse with some contractions. For example, when I say I walked, the contraction is alt. When the contraction I have is I feel. I don't know. Is possible to teacher we review that contraction because it's confused when I speak fast with that
Which
contraction.
one? Which one are you talking? I haven't seen anything contraction here.
For example,
Rodrigo, Tom,
I read it. For
it
example,
doesn't.
I walked. I walked.
Where,
This is the
where?
word.
In this,
No,
But
so yes,
in
Jimmy,
contraction
Jimmy means I would. It's
in
would.
contraction is this. I will in contraction is
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know
the
I
same way.
I,
Yeah,
another is for example I have I
yeah, you're right. But where? Where here? I didn't see anything about the contraction in
this
this.
is it the, another contraction is I I don't know that it's possible to review. Another is I will in the contraction is will. This is confused for
Yeah,
me.
yeah. Ah, okay. Would you like to put in practice in any class here in some class? Would you like to see that topic?
Yes, because it's confused for me. Because it's I word in contraction is alt. I don't know,
Good,
and I have I
good.
in
Because the
I will
L
it's a
never
ill.
never. Yeah, I good, I good, because I good, because you have to omit you have to remove the L. Yeah. Okay, we are going to see in the next class maybe the contractions. But
The
I've
pronunciation
noticed,
and the
yeah,
contraction.
okay, yeah, yeah, I noticed some of American people, they always, they never pronounce this. They always, if for example, I've seen like this, I've seen. They never pronounce I've seen. They say I seen, but they understand that is I've seen. Yeah, I can notice that because they know how they are talking. That is for us. We are learning, but they always omit the I. They somebody pronounce the I've seen or I have seen, but they always say I seen. They, it's like the I've seen or I have seen. Yeah, they just say I seen no more, and the people the other people understand them. Yeah, I was able to notice that. The most important thing is to practice to share the time to spend the time with people who know who know English perfectly. So, for example, everybody, for example, in Candelaria, in the downtown here in Bogota, everybody knows, everybody knows, everybody knows how to speak English really well because over there they they lab or they organize the events where people can go there to exchange the knowledge about the English, about the any language, any language with somebody who know English perfect. Perfect, no, almost perfect. Okay, is the tone uh, Orlando? Orlando, is your
Y-
turn.
Yes, teacher.
Please read this reading again.
Okay,
Give me a second.
okay,
Okay. Yeah.
okay. So can I start?
Yeah.
Okay,
You can.
perfect. Jacob takes the letter and leans it against the tree. He starts to climb up, and tries not to look down. He cannot believe he is doing this. His neighbor's cat climbed up the tree in front of the house and cannot climb down. Now, normally, Jacob would not do offer to rescue the cat in a tree. He is afraid of heights, ladders, and cats. But his neighbor, Anita, is gorgeous, and rescuing her cat would be the perfect way to be an hero and get her attention. He is almost there. The ladder begins to shake, and he looks down and realizes how high he is. He looks at his beautiful neighbor and decides that it is not worth it. He screams loudly, "Help! I'm falling!" The cat suddenly jumps from the tree onto his head. They both fall to the ground and the cat runs to her owner. Anita runs to Jacob, who is lying on the ground. "Thank you so much," she says. "That was very heroic." I hope you are not hurt. It was nothing, he whispers. By the way, it is not too much trouble. Would you be so kind as to call me an ambulance?
Perfect. Yeah.
He was an hero.
Yeah. Orlando, thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, you have a great pronunciation. Yeah. Guys, in this word, it's so important. Orlando pronounced it really well. That worth. Yeah, you have to with this you have to link your worth, something like that, because it's so important to with the th. We how to pronounce the th? Orlando, please repeat.
Okay, we have two ways to pronounce the th. We can pronounce it like a the or the. For example, we have someone here, the perfect. This is a way,
The,
the. Another is the, well, let me, I'm gonna look for another one. Uh, 10, this one, thank you. You pronounce it like a thank you, not the. We have this one, thank you or that, both different pronunciation, the and that. We
yeah,
have
yeah, yeah,
another
yeah, yeah,
one here, nothing,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
not
yeah.
word,
Nothing. Yeah, or
yes.
nothing. Yeah, yeah. Well, okay, if you are going to pronounce the is da or de, yeah. But this word is worth. You have to finish with worth because it's the something valuate, but it's the inside of us worth.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It's I think mandatory in this word. It's like,
word,
for example,
yep,
yeah, in this word
word,
worth.
word.
Yeah, and you can to the most of the people, American people, link this one. Yeah, worth it, something like that. But you pronounce good, but it's just I want to tell
Yes,
you
I
that
make a mistake over that.
no, 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 no.
Okay,
You pronounced good, but I I wanted to focus in this in this word because it's really important to pronounce the word to
yes.
pronounce it. Yeah. Okay. Um,
So,
yeah.
so
Perfect.
Christian, I would like maybe to get a recommendation for another class. It's not necessarily the next class, so another class. So, as Jimmy said, he wants to check about the contraction word, and as well is we can another opportunity links words, and that linked words we link words and phrases as well. So I'm gonna write the linking words in the top hit and phrases.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah. Toledo, please. Something for your classmate. Something for Orlando
Nothing
about
to
the.
add, only congrats.
Yeah. It was amazing.
Please let me
Uh,
something.
I would say that I like the way you pronounce the words. Also, the how you pronounce, how you say it, how you pronounce the sentence, with trying to let us understand what is the story is about. That also is a good way to understand and to try to know how some words are pronounced.
Thank you so much, Alejandra. Angélica, perdón.
please, Jimmy.
Uh, for me, Orlando is a great master. I'm very surprised. The reading is perfectly similar when I down some audiobooks in internet because they pronounce very good when the characters is speaking. They chase the voice, they chase the accent. Uh, it's perfect. You are a great teacher because they needed to read in the like you reading is perfect. I notice. Do you practice a lot that pronounce eh, is good, very great, good for you. Congratulations, Orlando.
Thank you so much, Jimmy.
Okay, Leandro, please.
Uh, you already did it. It's very perfect. It looks like I don't know, because I'm like a new, but it looks like you are a teacher because your pronunciation is perfect. And you know you have a London pronunciation and a UK pronunciation. It's very different. I like it. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Leandro.
Yes, Leandro is the accent that he has.
Yes.
That is some particular also, and make you very interesting to hear.
Thank you, Angelica.
Okay, no more, no
Uh,
more.
I have a question for Orlando. Do
Yeah.
you live it in United States or Great Britain? I don't know. This is the question. Is do
Well,
you
yes. Well, actually, at beginning, so when we start to make each presentation, in each introduction as well, actually. So I have the opportunity to work in Egypt, and over there, so I meet a lot of British people, and as well from different other countries, Australia, New Zealand, Fiji Republic, from Scotland as well, and they use the British pronunciation.
Yeah, you took a great advantage when you were there. Yeah, it's a good thing. Yeah, people who live in a abroad overseas, they can learn another language faster than we can because the advantage is to be communicate with the nearest people all the time. That is
Yeah,
like yeah, environment is a environment it's a school, it's a college.
yeah.
Okay, the topic for the next class is going to be the linking words and what else? Linking words and phrases. Yeah. For example, one sample is to link some words and to pronounce like American people when they link the all words. For example, always they say um, for example, let let me know, let him know, let they let him no, never say let him no, let him. They try to omit some words to unit the both the both the both words that sound one word. And one example is I love to read. I love reading. I love reading all the time. Um, as far as I know, if you read it every day, you can to improve your English, perfectly your English, mm, the fastest. way. But it's so important to know how to pronounce a word because it's so difficult for me. It's very hard to me to talk with American people because they all sometimes they hey, could you repeat please say again something like that. For example, when I cut my finger, I try to say to them, I try to tell them, oh, I cut my finger. I bleeding. I'm bleeding. No, what is that? Bleeding. 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 They pronounce air for everything. Bleeding. Bleeding. Something like that. But I I translate that word in the Google Translate, and the translate said bleeding, something like that with D. Or for example, some words like settlement. They pronounce the words really different for the American people pronounce some way, and they will translate the another way. For that is so important to put in practice your English with the native people to know what is the difference to get the point. What is the best way to learn English faster than the common way, like like the Colombian people do it, yeah. For that, it's so important to interact with the parlay, how the American people, how the American men um, was telling me, we are parlaying. It's a word in English, but they came from France, I think so. For example, I'm going to give you some example. Renata walks into the restaurant. She sees her boyfriend Diego sitting. See, they pronounce the T with like R, but it depends because in British they pronounce T. Sitting at the table near the window and smiles. Smile, normal smiles. Repeating with. I got used to say that. Smiles. He sees her and gets up. Gets up. I try to link unit this word gets up because the American people do it that for that I try to imitate them and up gets up. They hug and sit down. They try to unit the words that finish with the consonant with the other one have to start with the vowel. They call the waiter and order 2 glasses of wine. He looks nervous and begins to talk. Look, I know this is a awkward, awkward. I don't know how to pronounce the because Orlando told us, but I think it's awkward because we have
Awkward. Yes.
awkward because we have to the W omit. Awkward,
Awkward.
yeah,
It
awkward,
is a schwa sound. In the letter ARD is a schwa sound. Awkward.
awkward,
Awkward.
awkward. Yeah, yeah. You're right.
Awkward.
You're right, and I'm following you. But let me, but Renata interrupts him. Interrupt. You say interrupt him with him. No, no, there weren't any word that to lean. For example, another one. No, no, there weren't. There weren't any words that I could lean. I could lean. For example, no, I can't. I can't find. For example, this can be. From now on, is de ahora en adelante, they could say from now on, something like that. They always pronounce something like that. They from now on. Another one, follow, follow. They never. Oh, there is some time when they are talking with um no, I don't know how to say that, but when they talk when they are talking with somebody very in a important meeting or something like that and conference they pronounce every word every word. For example, for this one was one by one. Excuse me, by one by one. But when are talking with at polite meeting, they always link. For example, seeing each other, or each other, seeing each other for a couple of months was the best thing for our relationship. I realize now that you are the one for me. Let's forget the past. Things will be different from now on. From now on. It's really easy. You have to link and pronounce good. Okay. Because it's that sample that I show you guys. You see it very easy because you know the English, yeah. But if for example, but that topic for the basic people is really complicated, really hard for them, yeah, because they have to detect which one words can be unit. But for us, it's easier than the normal people. Okay. I think the classes is about to finish. It's almost over because the time is over right now.
Christian, can I tell you something?
Yeah,
Maybe in one of the future classes that we
yeah,
are going to have, we can practice also the perfect tense,
yeah,
also some continuous to improve our speaking, maybe because
yeah,
how I was telling you that I have some problem with
yeah,
those sentence, those ways
yeah,
to speak.
yeah. For example, yeah, yeah. That is I think that the participle or the participle perfect. I think that I don't know so
It's
much about
perfect
the
participle
perfect
or
participle.
PP. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. For example, you have to use it with the past, the same the past, with the same the past. For example, is I learned, I have learned. Yeah, something like that. We can to put in practice in the next class. And I was taking note about that. For example, the linking words, the phrases, uh, forget, past what?
Past
Past perfect.
participium.
Yeah, participle perfect, perfect participle, something like that. Yeah, it's a good topic because for example, the question that the Jimmy asked Orlando, do you live? No, it's have you lived? Have you lived in any country who people speak English, or have you been living there, or something like that? So because the that I don't know really so much about the grammar, but if I put it into practice, I can to looking for search about that topic, and I can give you some examples. But that question always mostly questions starts mostly question start with part perfect with the perfect participle, because have you been living there, or have you lived there, something like that. That question is right, but do you live there? No, because it's not present. I think the Orlando is living here, yeah, in Colombia. Yes, did you get it? Are you following me?
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, yeah, because the
Yes.
question the question um, had to be, for example, Orlando, have you been living there for how many years, or have you lived there, or any other countries or something like that? But you can't use the perfect, or do you live no because, or are you living something like that? No, you have to use the perfect participle to say that. That's to
Yes,
start the.
sorry, Christian. It's past participle is the OPP, past participle, and the other one is perfect tense. Tiempos perfect tense. And in
Yeah.
the perfect tense, we use past participle. The verb to
Okay.
be, the past participle is being. The have, past participle is had, and so on.
I'm not able to say that because I'm not sure 100%, but I'm going to looking for about the topic. I'll tell you after. I think you know more than grammar than me because I didn't learn grammar anything. I know something because I've yeah. This I'm going to put in practice. That I've read something about that. I have read about something like that, but I don't know if the perfect participle is the past. But I just ask you, have you lived there? Have you lived in there? But I don't know. I don't know if the participle is the past. I don't know. But if I try to looking for research about that, I can give you some teach you something about that. Okay.
Yes, or when we are talking, and sometimes maybe if you hear that I'm making some mistake about the way that I'm saying some sentence on some
Yeah.
things, you can tell me like that. No, Angelica, you can use better that way because you need to use, I don't know, el auxiliar de
Yeah.
some verbs. I don't know.
Yeah, that is the idea. Yeah, but if I interrupt you, you can't be very I think very upset. Yeah, if I interrupt you, no say that, don't say that, don't you can't you can't feel very uncomfortable about that. Oh, sometimes set up about the topic because if somebody interrupts another person to say or correct them, in often the conversation is very awful, yeah, very rude or it's very unpolite, something like that. It's better after that.
Yes, yes, I know. You have right.
Yeah,
Yes.
because I am talking with you and somebody, oh, don't say that. I forget how to say that. I love the way. Yeah, I don't know.
Or appreciate, maybe. Sure. I appreciate how you correct me. I appreciate something. Blah blah blah.
No, it's a good idea. It's a really good idea because we are here for learning. Yeah, but I think the best way is to say after that because people can to lose the point what they are saying, yeah, because they, oh my god, what was I talking about, if somebody interrupt the conversation, yeah. Okay guys, thank you for attending this class, for being here, and I praise you a lot for your time and to be here with me. Thank you because with you guys I improved my English as well. How I can tell you guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Christian. Thank you
Yeah.
all.
See you on Tuesday.
Thank you. Goodbye. God bless you.
Thank you. The same way. God bless you.
Thank you so much, everyone.
I had to prepare this class, but the time is no.
Oh my goodness. I was thinking about Kahoot that I say no. They,
The
no
next class.
Kahoot, not tonight.
The next night. But thank you, yeah. I really appreciate you guys for everything that you have done for me, and the same way we have exchanged the knowledge. Yeah, I'm.
Thanks to you, Christian.
Yeah, I put in practice. I have put in practice my English with you guys. The most important thing is that. Yeah. The most important thing is that to speaking, listening all time, and we are very catch some words that you have said in these classes. For that is so important. For example, it's a word. Some of us didn't that word. We learned this word here. At least the pronunciation. Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you. Bye bye. Have a
See
good
you.
night.
Bye bye, everyone. Have a good
Bye.
Bye.
weekend. See you next week. See you
Okay.
Yes.
next Tuesday. Bye bye.
Bye bye.